Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to the next episode of Quern. And I have to start with giving you guys a little bit of a summary of what happened between last episode and this episode. And this is why I never like to leave a stream stuck, right? I never like to leave a stream stuck. I always like to end it on a cliffhanger, right? And that's because between last episode and this episode, I recorded an entire episode, an hour of me wandering around making literally zero progress, right? Now, I'm not gonna put you guys through that. In honesty, I'm not gonna put you guys through that. We are literally back exactly where we were at the end of last session. I spent an hour wandering around looking at things from every different angle, walk around the island one way, walk through the island round the other way, and I've had to look up a hint. So we are hint counter equals 1. I hate looking up hints because I always feel like in a puzzle game, right, puzzles are like boss fights. Yeah, that you are the puzzle is what you are trying to overcome using your skill, right? But it's not gameplay skill. It's not timings or being able to do like a sequence of jumps like Hollow Knight's White Palace or something like that. It's cerebral skill, right? It's about putting yourself in the mind of the puzzle designer. And I always think that like looking up a hint is a little bit like admitting to a game over state, right? Like, I mean, not that extreme, but it's like, okay, we're going to be carrying forward the fact that, you know, yeah, we looked up a hint. So what did I look up? Okay, and I try and keep these things not as vague as possible because I don't want to still remain stuck. But what I am aware of is that there is something to be seen with the blue torch somewhere out there. I think it's one of the rocks in the ocean. And I know that one of the previous puzzles, the sliding block puzzle, has some hidden writing on it. So that's what I know now coming into this episode, and hopefully that is enough for us to be able to make... There we go. Right. Hopefully that is enough for us to be able to make some progress. The sliding block puzzle, I just totally did. So incidentally, right, okay, carrying around this blue torch is just going to be possibly generally useful. Okay. I had also just totally disregarded that sliding block puzzle. I did like wander past it in the missing episode, but basically just totally disregarded it on the basis that usually these kind of things, and indeed, you know, like real world escape rooms, operate on a one key, one lock principle, where, aha, there we go. Right. So there's the hidden writing on the rock that we were told about, and we've got some hidden writing on the blocks. So usually puzzle games, as well as like real life escape rooms and so on, they work on a one key, one lock principle, and once you've used a lock or you've used a key, you do not use it again for future puzzles. So for example, I wouldn't, apropos of nothing, I would not expect these things here to feature again in another puzzle because we've already used them. But now that we're aware that puzzles can indeed have multiple uses, that is also something to bear in mind. So here's a question: what are we trying to do with the information that we have just obtained there? So looking at the notebook, it's sort of triangle, circle, T, percentage in a kind of square, triangle. Triangle. We could match that pattern. Right, we could match that pattern. If this was up here, triangle, then we get circle here. Maybe. I tell you where we would need to do it, and this is where like having a pen tool would be really handy. So let's just quickly pull up my trusty Miro board. We've not had to use this yet in Quern so far. But let's just grab my snip tool here. Okay, and then... Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. That's the screen I want. No it's not. Hang on. What's gone wrong with this? What's gone wrong with this? That's the one. Great. The borders are all a bit wrong, but okay. That's fine. We'll deal with it for now. So, we have got a it's a 3x4 grid, yeah. Incidentally, I really hope this gives us the key. So, the key, almost certainly the key to the locked door is in that crystal. Putting the orange torch on the sconce opens up something behind the locked door, and I can look in the crack of the locked door and I can see that there's some interactable stuff in that room. So hopefully this helps us bust through that clear crystal. That's sort of the plan. Okay, so the triangle is either going to be here or it's going to be here. It might actually be easier if you put a triangle there, come to think of it. Yeah, because the T needs to go there, and it needs to be like a block like that. So we're looking at having a block there and a block there. And then your circle can be like that block there. And the percentage is this block here. Right. So it either needs to be like that, or the whole thing can be one thing over. Potentially. So let's have a little look to see if we can get to that easily enough. Well, I tell you what. It's upside down for a start. Wait. Is it? It's got to be that way up once you flip it this direction, I suppose. Must be. Yeah, it doesn't work the other way up at all. Right, so we're actually solving this upside down. Which means if we go here, what we need to do is kind of grab that, copy it, put it here maybe, but actually like... Oh no, that's not how that works. Rotate. Come on, Miro, how do you rotate an image? You gotta let me rotate this, right? Ah. There we go. Right, so that's actually what we're looking to do with it. Yeah. So can we get there? We could get there, maybe. Yeah. Okay, let's do this in a not stupid way. Right, so percentage comes in here. We'll get that out the way. Hey, there we go. Whoops. What is it? It's a key? Oh, it's a little key. Is that a little key or is that a big key? Okay, well, we have two places that the key could go, right? Just purely out of convenience, let's choose proximity over likelihood. Okay. I thought this was going to be the key for the small box, but there we go. Right. Now, we've got a letter and we've got a thing. That is a pentagonal thing for the door that we were looking for. Excellent. And we have a new letter.
It's time you learn the truth about this island. As you probably noticed by now, this world has no day-night cycle, nor weather changes at all.
Do you know what? I didn't think about it.
In fact, the whole concept of time has a different meaning in this place. For one who stays in this world, the relative time in other worlds appears static or fixed. This incredibly powerful phenomenon also prevents the aging of living tissue. When I realized this, I was eager to find out what kind of eternal source gives Quern this extraordinary power. It made me forget the task I originally came here for. The archaeological exploration of the Dulmerian city has become irrelevant.
So, Tempus Rerum Imperator, Time Commander of all things. How poetic. We've then got the keys to success, which is then a tiny thing. There's a snake on it. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, right. So, similarly to the room, you can manipulate objects in your inventory. Very good to know. Very important. Now, when I put this into the sconce here, what is it that's unlocking in that room? Because this is clearly doing something. Yeah. Come on, it's doing something, right? It's making a little sound. It's making a click, 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 click. Like a little transformer. But I do not see anything obviously different. And there's nothing else that's interactable in here. Do you know what? I'm really surprised. I could have sworn, because there is a definite sound difference between putting the orange one in there, putting the blue one in there. I could have sworn that something was going to happen with the orange one being put in there. Don't know. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? Right, we're going to put the pentagon into this door here and maybe get a new room open up. Now if we bring our torch here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 2, 3, 4, and then down this way, and then back up and then back down. Nah, that worked. Great. Area discovered. North Shore. Great. Well, where is North Shore? Okay, this way. Let's rotate round to the right first. So we've got a room up here. This is the same as something that we can get to from the other side. It's got the same symbol. We have got some symbols here that we can make note of. We have a letter on the anvil.
This sure is special to me. The physical work I used to do here helped me calm my restless mind. Besides preventing the natural decline of organisms, the phenomenon also eliminates any need of nutrition. This means that despite the dry weather, the trees and bushes around here could easily be millions of years old. As I realized that time is no longer an obstacle, I had the opportunity to learn and perfect all of my artisan skills. This is the very place where I became a craftsman. After mastering blacksmithing and carpentry, I started to practice more advanced mechanical engineering.
So he's a guy who's become immortal with, unfortunately, aha, right, okay. Nearly. Great, and another key, perfect. That looks more like the kind of key you'd find on a jewelry box. But yeah, so a guy who has accidentally discovered that he's immortal, but totally doesn't have the psychological fortitude to be able to cope with the implications of that. Perhaps. I'm pretty sure there's a character in a Douglas Adams book which has exactly the same problem. We have a boat. This is missing a component. Oh yes, that reminds me. We should keep our blue torch out. Oh, I was thinking, is that where I'm going to get to use my jump? Because you get stuck in the boat otherwise. No, you can walk out of the boat. That's perfectly fine. So what do we have here? Interesting, interesting. Cannot really be moved. Oh, we have another key. Another key. Well, okay. But yeah, so in terms of that blue writing on the rock and the blue writing on the sliding block puzzle, if I missed a hint that would have pointed me in that direction, let me know in the comments what the hint I missed was. Or is it genuinely that you are supposed to just eventually discover it? Ooh, okay, that's a thing. And we have a handle. Does the handle fit onto these? I don't think it will, right? But if I look at my notes, what would the handle attach to? We could certainly also do with some, with some steps for our ladder. Or at least one step, let's say. Now, I don't think the handle fits in that one. The key could be moved around to something like that. Possibly. Like, if you move the key... Possibly not. Possibly not. I mean, that handle certainly looks like... yeah, not sure actually. I think this key is too big for that lock. So now I'm just trying to sort of rack my brain for what pieces have I seen around here which can now be used. So I don't think that's going to give us very much. We still need like some kind of bucket for the sand, some sort of container, yeah, to measure out a very specific amount of sand for some reason. Oh, this lever looks very much like one of these, doesn't it? So I think maybe we need to find something that looks a little bit like that. Yeah, that door not even interactable. Over here, this thing... I tell you what, right? This game is hard. I actually do find the logic of this game to be quite challenging in a way that I didn't really find Myst challenging in the same way. I don't know. It's weird. Let's start by popping this in the sconce here, yeah? Because I don't think we can go wrong by having that activated. whatever it is, whatever it's doing, like having it activated can't be a bad idea, right? I can always go back and get it later. I was absolutely convinced. Yeah, we've seen that before. This really looks like it should light up, doesn't it? We've been round this room so many times, but I was absolutely convinced that that was going to activate something in here. But there's just nothing in here. We had a letter and a key. And the key itself very unclear what that's for. Oh. What is this? No. What are you doing in there? It's timing, whatever it is. I mean, it's a couple of hooks. So clearly we need to put something in here. I see a paintbrush. Does that mean there's a hidden message nearby? Use the jump button to get out of the boat more easily. Crystal skull. I didn't even realise that was a skull initially. Oh, hang on a second. That looks like that could fit in there, doesn't it? Okay, that's not so bad. Right, let's pull it. Nope. So we've got the note from the box. But when we pull the levers on the actual skull itself, kind of nothing happens. Which... And it's not super duper obvious why nothing happens, you know? Okay, and there's no interactable objects around here. Only the levers on the skull. Oh, and the motor on the thing. But that's not really going to do very much right now. Now I'm really tempted to go back and grab that orange staff and make sure that I've not like forgotten, like that I'm missing something with using that. Even though this orange staff is probably like perfectly reasonably fulfilling its current job. I think you also have to kind of be a little bit wary of the music a little bit as well, because I have a feeling that when you reveal hidden writing, I have a feeling that the music might change. So this looks like it needs to be like a long sort of leap. Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm actually stuck. Ah, phew. Panic over. So there's got to be a way to fire up that kiln, right? Okay, that's all done. I presume I cannot use this as a, you know, just slot the staff into the side, just use it as a ladder, or in fact, just jump for these rungs, because clearly you could reach them if you wanted to, if you were inclined. Wow. This game's making me feel really dumb. It really is. Like, I don't know, I'm finding it really hard to dial into this one, for sure. Like, I feel like I'm falling back into that kind of adventure game trope of taking all of the items around all of the interactable objects and just trying to rub every single combination of items against each other to try and find something that works. I mean, it's like, you know, why is this area back here not behind a guardrail, right? Like, is there something back here that we're supposed to find? Almost get in there, except for the fact that it's not a window. Oh, I see another one of those things though. Interesting. How are we gonna interact with it though? Well, we'll put that into the memory banks for later, perhaps. Oh, this is not actually even an interactable door either. So we've got a key with a somewhat of a lack of a keyhole to put it in. This seems to imply a kind of upward direction for the key, is it? I don't know. And I'm not really sure what this symbol on the side here is supposed to represent. But something tells me that it's not. This is not what this key is for. Something tells me it's not quite right. Like, what can we do with this key? You know, we have very much a lack of a keyhole. And what's with the skull? What's with the skull shooting the laser beams? And what does the sconce down there even do? Like, none of it makes sense. All of it doesn't make any sense. I think if you are one of the players who actually managed to get through this game with no hints, you have done very, very well, to be fair. Very, very well. See, that is another key that looks just like this one. So actually, I might take back what I said earlier, because I think breaking this crystal to get that key, I'm not sure even how that would help us, because I don't know where this key is supposed to go. Well, and I tell you what as well, and I hate to do it, but we're also at the end of our recording for today as well. I tell you what though, right, no, I don't want to look up a hint at the end of the session. No. What we're going to do is we're going to end the recording there. But thank you very much for coming along for this third episode of Quern. This game, Quern, right? Yeah, as if it's like a meat-free substitute. Quern, thank you for coming along for this third episode of Quern. This game's hard. This game's legit. So, yeah, come back for episode 4. Watch me struggle some more. I will see you very soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.